Ayo! And what is up, gang? Thank you so much for joining me here again on the channel tonight. It is Friday, November the 17th, and we are here to kick off Survivor Series weekend with your official Survivor Series preview and prediction show on the newest, fastest rising podcast in all of YouTube, baby! The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show! So, let's do it!
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
Alright, wrestling fans, thank you so much for checking out Sledgehammer TV today. My name is Nick Nightmare. Along with me is my trusty companion, my loyal tag team partner, and the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, Blue the Snowball. And we are here on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show to talk about Survivor Series, one of my always most favorite events of the years. Ever since I was a teeny tiny little tot, I enjoyed the Survivor Series to no end. The Survivor Series theme and, the 5-on-5 elimination style matches has held a special place near and dear to my heart. I do not know why that is. I cannot explain to you why I get as amped up for the Survivor Series as I do. Perhaps you yourself feel the same way and share the countless memories, many good, many bad, when we think about some of the historic things that have happened at the Survivor Series. One of the most historic things that has happened over the course of the last month is the fact that the WWE, for the first time ever, has really shifted their card around in a big way as it pertains to one of their main pay-per-views. This one, as we said, is the Survivor Series. And what we were originally going to get with the match card dominated by heel versus heel matches, a Brock Lesnar versus Jinder Mahal main event, was simply just not going to cut it. And there is much speculation going on as to why exactly the WWE made these changes. And I have no way to disprove or actually to prove any of these things. Like I said, it's all speculation, but I can totally see each and every one of these particular reasons I'm about to name to you being the reason for these changes. First and foremost, as everybody's probably assuming, NXT has been putting so much fire underneath their heels, and they are kicking off their takeover weekend with War Games, man. War Games. Triple H, as a booker, as a company owner, is a damn genius. And War Games was essentially the only thing anybody was looking forward to the entire weekend. Of course, the WWE is going to take a look at this. They look at NXT like the rotten little stepchild they don't love anyway. And we can't have them have a better show than us. They do it to us all the time. They do it each and every time there's a takeover before a big event. We can't allow that to happen again. So they started to put in a new plan. And why was it so easy for them to finally do this? Well, probably because the Jinder Mahal experiment was a colossal failure. No pun intended there. Absolutely terrible that you have sacrificed nearly an entire year of WWE programming and WWE superstars falling for this man, only to have it all taken away in seemingly the blink of an eye because your objective was not met. You are canceling shows in India because the interest in the WWE is down, and you have Jinder Mahal to blame for that. He did the absolute opposite of what you wanted. And by changing this, you have effectively saved wrestling. Because Jinder Mahal does not belong with the World heavyweight championship around his waist. Ever. Ever. Never again do I want to see this, and most likely we will not. The reason for them pulling all the triggers on these things is probably also due to the fact that Ring of Honor has announced they are launching a streaming service. Ring of Honor has been taking over the internet. The Bullet Club is running rampant all over the world. And they are definitely going to start to feel the heat from them. Also, even though it may not be big yet, you guys, don't sleep on the National Wrestling Alliance. Just this past couple of weeks, they have debuted their relaunch, the 10 Pounds of Gold show. It's there for wrestling fans to see. It is competition, and it is actually structured much more like a wrestling show and less like a circus. So if wrestling is something you enjoy, you're going to go and watch this. The WWE has got to be feeling a little bit of the heat from them. And that might be minor. They may not even look at it. They may brush it off the shoulder. But they cannot brush off New Japan. And when you look at the announcements that we have gotten this month as it pertains to Wrestle Kingdom 12, with Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho going one-on-one, and then you're going to have Cody Rhodes versus Kota Ibushi. What? Everybody in the world is going to want to watch Wrestle Kingdom 12. Right now, on the road that WWE's on, nobody gives two shits about WrestleMania 34. But Wrestle Kingdom 12's announcements have taken the wrestling world by storm. So what do? We can't have New Japan come out of nowhere and blow us out of the water. They already did that last year with Wrestle Kingdom 11 and Omega and Okada putting the whole wrestling world into a tizzy. We can't have this happen again. We need to fix things. Somebody backstage woke the fuck up and said, hey, everybody, take a look at all this stuff going around. We're last on this list. Everybody cares about New Japan and what they're doing. Everybody's freaking out about the War Games, and nobody's talking about Survivor Series. Then in the background, you got people whispering about the relaunch of the NWA, Ring of Honor, and everything that they're doing. The Bullet Club is everywhere in a WWE crowd. You gonna tell me they're not worried about losing viewership? That compound with everything else we've just highlighted is got to be the reason. And I only hope that this person who has awoken backstage in the creative keeps going and gets everybody fired up and get everybody on the same page, and let's get back to some great wrestling, because this card has turned out to be absolutely cannot miss. It is loaded from top to bottom with quality matchups that I am interested in seeing, and we are going to start going over those right now. Let's get this Survivor Series preview and prediction show really started, and talking about this show Sunday night, November the 19th from Houston, Texas, Booker T's hometown, and I am going to be nestled on my couch firmly with a nice cold beverage, and I am going to be enjoying myself some Survivor Series. They decided to give us 2 Survivor Series style tag team elimination matchups, and that's fine with me. If there's more than one, I'm happy. If there's only one, it kind of makes me upset, but we're not going to go about being upset too much, because like I said, this card is stacked, jam-packed to the brim with some great stuff. I'll even give a pass to the Cruiserweight Championship match, since I'm so excited about the event in and of itself. This is going to be relegated to the pre-show. It's not going to have that much of an effect on the show overall, so I really don't care. But I'll give it a pass, and I'll say, you know what, I want to see what they're going to do. Enzo with Drew Gulak, as I've said on this channel many times before, is very entertaining to me. So if Drew Gulak's going to be involved, I'm going to be alright with it. Who cares if Enzo loses? Who cares if Enzo wins? Let's just get past this little Kalisto thing and see what they're going to do in the future, because it's kind of just interesting to me, not because of what it is, but just to see what they're thinking and where they're actually going to go with the Cruiserweight division, because it's a mess and they don't know what the hell they're doing. So it's kind of amusing just in that respect. So I want to see what move they're going to make next when they bury Kalisto Sunday at the Survivor Series during the pre-show. So that shows you already how much they think of the cruiserweights and their champion. It doesn't matter. Pre-show fodder for garbage. That's it. The Miz, the Intercontinental Champion, will in fact be going up against Baron Corbin, the United States Champion, and I am not going to lie to you guys. I know a lot of people are shitting all over this match. I think this match has the capability and has the potential to be a very good match. It may even be one of the more entertaining matches on the show. Now, I may be sitting here on Monday or Sunday evening, rather, when we review this thing and eat my words right now. But I believe that this is going to be a great match. The Miz is going to work very well with Baron Corbin. I think we're going to see a lot of BS Miz type stuff, a lot of cat and mouse, a lot of staying away from the big man, trying not to get hurt. I fully expect the Miztourage to play some point in this match, at some point is what I meant to say there. But I don't think Baron Corbin is going to end up being your winner here. I would rather him be the winner, especially if you want us to start to believe in him and you want us to get invested in the Baron Corbin character. His music is great. His look is great. His wrestling is substantially okay. He's got the best new finisher I have seen of all of the people coming up from NXT. It is absolutely beautiful, the End of Days. And the Deep Six. I love the Deep Six as well. And I think he would be one of the best talents for the future. They shit on him all over this year. We don't know why. They took the money in the bank from him. They made him look like a fool. And then they rewarded him for all this with the United States Championship. So hopefully this is the beginning of the relaunch of Baron Corbin, as I want Baron Corbin to be the victor. But I fully expect, as I said, the Miztourage to get involved. And the Miz is either going to come out with a win or is going to lose by disqualification. There's not much more they can do with that. The one thing I will complain about before we go on, because I just felt it right now, is as you look up and down these matches, you have all these champion versus champion exhibitions, and it's to prove who's got the superior champion, right? So now, in every match, somebody's going to look bad. Somebody's going to lose. And in all of these scenarios that we're talking about, both of these competitors, like The Miz and Baron Corbin, they shouldn't be being made to look down upon. They shouldn't be made to look foolish. They shouldn't be made to lose, because it's the Intercontinental Champion and the United States Champion. And at this point, as you've been all over the place this year, WWE, with your wrestling and your stories, you need to build your champions. So why not have them each in their own individual matchups versus somebody else, instead of all this one-on-one champion versus champion that's going to serve to do really no good to anybody. And we'll get into that a little bit more with some of these other matchups. Like the tag team matchup, which is the only matchup here that I'm actually disappointed that got changed, because I was very excited at the prospect of seeing Rollins and Ambrose taking on the Usos at Survivor Series. I thought that was going to be a great match. These are a bunch of guys that know what's going on in pro wrestling. They have their finger on the pulse, and their wrestling style has shown that. They pull off a lot of New Japan style stuff. They pull off a lot of indie stuff. They get it in there. It doesn't dominate the match, but they get it in there, and it's exciting. And it's great to see. And I think the chemistry between these four guys would have been fantastic. The Usos have been the single best tag team in the entire company for the last few years. Even throughout their transition from good guy Uso to the Uso Penitentiary. Their promo skills have been fantastic. Their whole shtick, everything that they've come up with, it's so real and true to them that it comes off so naturally that you cannot help but love the Usos. You can't. They could be as big of a prick as you want. You're going to get behind them because they're just so genuine and awesome, and they're rugged, and they're, no pun intended here either, raw. They're raw on the mic. They say what they gotta say, and they do it with conviction. And I love everything the Usos do. And then they get in the ring and they back it up. They back it up since day one-ish. Okay? Everything they say is 100% true. And then you have Rollins and Ambrose, who are two of the top new superstars there ever will be. They've been great. You know, this teaming of them, as they tease it, it was building up everybody's emotions. It was getting everybody involved. And it was great. I fully enjoyed Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. And then they took the titles away and they made all these changes. And now we have Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Usos instead. And I'm not going to complain about that. Because much like I said about Rollins and Ambrose, Sheamus and Cesaro are great. In the ring, they know what they're doing. Cesaro is the strongest man I have probably ever seen. And it's just going to make for a great tag team bout. These are also four guys that want to go out there and make you leave the arena remembering their match. They want to steal the show every time they go out there, as every single superstar should want to do at every show. But you see it when you see the Usos. You see it in guys like Cesaro, and it rubs off on guys like Sheamus, and it makes him look even better. And I cannot wait to see The Bar versus the Usos, and I fully expect the Usos to win this match. That might be asking too much, you know, because WWE loves Raw and puts Raw above everything else, right? So I'm hoping we don't get like a clean sweep of Raw, but I need to be fair in my assessment, and I want the Usos to win this match. They have been the best tag team there has been on the roster, bar none. Bar none. You can't. So in this particular situation where you have to prove your supremacy, prove you are the better tag team of the champions, that's where it should go. The Usos should definitely get it. And that's what I want to see happen. The Women's Championship exhibition match has now gotten increasingly more interesting, with Charlotte Flair taking the title from Natalya this past Tuesday on SmackDown Live, which was a great match. It was a great match for these girls. Charlotte's wrestling skills have never been up for debate on this channel. Her promo skills, however, are a whole nother situation in and of itself. We are not going to get into that, because this matchup, although I can complain about the fact that they did not get enough time to build anything between these two girls, you know, Alexa and Charlotte have had minimum reaction to each other, interaction with each other. We haven't seen them too much, but with the way Raw took over SmackDown Live at the end of the show last week, and the way Alexa Bliss just laid out Charlotte Flair in the women's locker room, this is going to be a fight. Alexa Bliss is not one to be messed with, and she's not one to sleep on either. She is very, very talented. She is going to pull off a great match. It's going to look crazy awkward, because Charlotte Flair is like 7 feet tall, and Alexa, as we know, is 5 feet of fury. It's going to make for a very interesting mismatch. A matchup type that we have not really seen in the women's division in quite some time. So, I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be great. I really don't even care which girl wins this match. Of course, I am a Bliss fit, so my heart goes with Alexa Bliss. I want Alexa Bliss to win, even though I really do also love Ric Flair and his daughter, and I think no matter who wins, I'm happy in this scenario. Nobody's losing their title, so does it even really matter? I really believe that this match may be called off due to the interference of a returning WWE superstar, probably Paige. That's really what my gut feeling is, that they were going to have no winner because somebody's going to come out and re-debut, whether it's Paige or somebody else. Who knows? You know, maybe, no, it would be too soon for Ember Moon to show up, especially if she ends up winning the title at NXT TakeOver War Games, so that would be silly to say. We're not going to say that, but I almost did, but we saved ourselves. Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte Flair is going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. It's probably going to be the best women's match they've had all year, because there has not been many. Charlotte and Natty put off a very good effort on Tuesday. I expect this match to be even better than that. Alexa Bliss, hopefully, comes out with the win. We have The Shield versus The New Day. Now, initially, I really could care less. You know, again, like I said with Charlotte and Alexa, there was not much time to build a feud between the two most dominant factions in the WWE today. You have just that sentence alone to build off of, and you failed to do so. Now, a lot of that probably had to do with the fact that Roman got sick and went away, and the Shield had to play, you know, Who Wants to Be in the Shield this week with everybody, and you couldn't really get that dynamic going. But again, the impact that was made by the New Day when they invaded Raw, costing Rollins and Ambrose the championships against Sheamus and Cesaro, is almost more than enough, because why wouldn't you want to see them get some vengeance for that? But who's the heel in this scenario? We went from having predominantly all heels to this very high profile babyface versus babyface faction match. Everybody loves the Shield. Everybody loves the New Day. Who do you root for? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I would like to sit here and tell you that I'm tired of the New Day, but I don't see them being valuable in any other way. Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, Big E, on their own, are going to fail. It doesn't matter how popular the New Day is. They're just going to become one of the other guys in the back. So I don't want the New Day to dissolve, ever. I think they should just remain the New Day and stay how they are until they're all done, much like the Freebirds did, and the Horsemen. Just be the New Day, that's it. You don't need to do anything else. You found it, you got it, keep changing it. It don't get boring. It'll be fine. Same thing could be said for the Shield. Everybody loves the Shield. You don't really want to see them go off on their own path, even though we all know that's eventually going to come when Dean Ambrose turns on his brothers the way Seth Rollins did a couple of years back. And that's going to be the most interesting thing, I believe, on television. And in fact, if that is going to be a matchup at WrestleMania, Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins, this would be a great place to start kicking that off. A miscommunication in this match, some sort of, I don't know, weird collision between Rollins and Ambrose that caused the Shield to lose while Roman and Big E are tearing shit up on the outside. That's where you start that. We're not going to have Roman and the Shield much longer anyway. There's nothing else for the Shield to do after they beat the New Day until maybe the Undisputed Era come up. Or if you finally decide to turn Finn Balor and have the club be a force on Monday Night Raw. There's no reason for the Shield to be around kicking ass right now. Even this reason is barely passable. They've been messing around with The Miz and his friends for the last few weeks. Now we're going to have the New Day. The only possible matchup that would be worth seeing for the Shield. The WWE is so desperate for this Shield reunion because they were failing so miserably with Jinder Mahal that we have to get them versus the New Day in a very quickly hyped, almost nonsensical match because there is nothing at stake. So why are they even fighting? Just because the New Day cost Rollins and Ambrose the Raw Tag Team Championships. I guess that's a big enough deal to some people. Not really big enough deal to me. I think there was much more that could have been built upon in this particular situation. However, this is going to be a great match. It's going to be a great match. And I think the New Day wins. And the dissolution of the Shield begins once again. The Women's 5-on-5 Survivor Series Elimination Matchup. My favorite type of matchup to watch all year besides the Royal Rumble. I love the Survivor Series elimination matches, and this is a great matchup. This is a great matchup. With the exception of the involvement of Alicia Fox. But we will give her a pass, like I said. We're so excited for the Survivor Series that we're not going to dump all over Alicia Fox. We're going to smile, we're going to laugh, and we're going to give her a pass because I don't care. I don't even care that she wants to wear her fisherman captain's hat and call herself an airplane pilot. I don't care. I don't care. We're going to go right past it. Alicia Fox, Nia Jax, Asuka, Sasha Banks, and Bayley. Bayley. Cares. Versus SmackDown's Becky Lynch, Carmella, Naomi, Tamina, and a surprise fifth member. Now, everybody in the world thinks this is Paige. I think this is probably Paige. I know I said Paige may be the reason for the Women's Championship not getting a clean finish, and I still stick by that. If not Paige, it'll be somebody else, but I believe Paige will make her impact in the Women's Championship match so that the WWE don't have to clearly pick a winner between their two female champions. However, this is the most likely scenario of where she will pop up unless the WWE decides to give us somebody from the Mae Young Classic, maybe somebody who's a friend of Becky Lynch. I'm trying to think. Naomi maybe knows somebody? No. The only member here that makes sense really is Paige, but you do have Natty, who now has nothing to do for Survivor Series. I originally thought they were just going to flip-flop the girls, and that because Natty lost the title, she would just take Charlotte's spot because there really is nobody else. So, surprise is a big word to use. What would be such a surprise? Are they going to throw Lana back out there? Are they going to give her another shot? I certainly hope not. I don't want to lose my lunch after this. My God, not that, Lana's a beautiful lady. It's not about that. It's just when she wrestles, I just want to shoot myself. It's not pleasant. So this matchup, I fully see being all about Asuka. If the WWE was smart, that's how they would do this, and they would have the women's side on SmackDown quickly get rid of Alicia Fox and Bayley. And then you could have Sasha Banks put up some type of a fight. Maybe Sasha can take out Carmella. Then you have to have the stare down between Nia Jax and Tamina. Like, that's going to definitely happen. And then maybe the two big ladies cancel each other out. Get themselves both eliminated so that nobody really looks bad in that situation. Maybe they just wrestle on the outside, get both counted out, and then the matchup will continue with the remaining girls. And then you have Asuka, who barely gets into the match at the beginning, be put up against the final, 3 girls left. Maybe it's Becky, Carmella, Naomi, or Becky and Paige and Naomi. The final 3 for SmackDown Live, and Asuka alone on the other side. Or Asuka and Sasha Banks. Have somebody take out Banks, and then you leave Asuka by herself to take out the rest of the SmackDown team on her own. Because the Empress of Tomorrow is that dangerous. She's that powerful. She's that scary. And she needs to come off looking like that. Sure, you're going to make these girls look bad. But it's Asuka. This is the future of your women's division. This is when, if you're going to start building her up right, this is where you do it. And you do it at the expense of everybody because she is the future. Asuka. Going to be your sole survivor of this match. That's a bold prediction. Because I really don't think the WWE has the balls to do that. But that's my bold prediction. Asuka, sole survivor of the women's elimination match Sunday night. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be a great, great match. Another great match. The men's 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. This is a colossal collision of two true super teams. The addition of Triple H to Team Raw made this match an absolutely must-see affair. We talked about it a little bit on the Monday Night Raw review. We are going to have Triple H in the same ring at the same time with his virtual mini-me, Bobby Roode. We are going to have him in the same ring at the same time with the King of Strong Style. We are going to see him once again lock up with his longtime nemesis, Randy Orton, who is far and away much better than he was when they last locked up. We are going to have him in the ring with his brother-in-law for the first time in seemingly ages, with some real family stakes on the line, pride being the biggest of them. And then you're going to have Triple H in the ring once again with the 16-time World Heavyweight Champion John Cena. Every single one of those scenarios is must-see. And then you want to go to the others, you could do the same exact thing. Braun Strowman, Bobby Roode, Braun Strowman, Nakamura, Braun Strowman, Randy Orton. I'm interested. I want to see Nakamura take on everybody. Kurt Angle versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Are you kidding me? I'd give up a finger to see that match. Bobby Roode finally being put in a prime spot, being put across the ring from guys like Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. There is absolutely no way this match can't be good. It has got to be good. The problem is, who gets eliminated? The order of eliminations here, I couldn't call if I tried. I could sit here and analyze and pick apart this whole entire match, and we're talking about the WWE, so they can just pull anything they want here. And really, at the end, what are we striving for? What is the purpose of this match? We want to say the purpose of this match now is to begin the build between Triple H and Kurt Angle. So, Triple H and Kurt Angle probably going to be eliminated from this match. Probably due to one another. I would think that might happen. Maybe not. I mean, you need to kick off this angle. We're about to hit the Royal Rumble, and we're going to start the new year, and the road to WrestleMania is fastly going to begin. And this is a big-time, prime-time match you want. This is a great launch point for it. How you go about it, I can't really think right now what I would do. Who do you want to be the sole survivor? Who do you want to survive this match? I don't know who I want to win this match. I really would be on Team SmackDown side, if I'm being honest with you, just simply because of Shinsuke Nakamura and Bobby Roode. But then I got Samoa Joe and Finn Balor on the Raw side. And my all-time favorite ever, Triple H. So, this is a rough one for me, you guys. It's hard to call, but I fully see Team Raw winning this matchup in the end. Somehow Kurt Angle and Triple H are going to get into it and begin this thing. Braun Strowman most likely going to be amongst the survivors. Finn Balor and Samoa Joe probably going to take the fall. Maybe Team Raw runs the table and takes out everybody. That's how the WWE views them. But Team SmackDown has John Cena. So you can't just get rid of John Cena, can you? Unless you truly want to build Braun Strowman. Imagine Braun Strowman starting this match versus John Cena and eliminating him at the get-go. You want to send waves through the wrestling world. There you go. With one running power slam. Boom! John Cena's out before this match even got started. That would be amazing. And it would definitely let you know that you're in store for a match full of twists and turns and surprises, and I can't really call it. I can't. The only thing I can tell you is Team Raw is going to win this match. And finally, the champion versus champion exhibition that everybody was dreading has become a dream match scenario for the ages. AJ Styles, the WWE Heavyweight Champion, going up against Brock Lesnar, the Universal Champion, and all I want in this match is for there to not be a winner. That's all I want. You can say the same thing for every single match on this card because, like I said, the champion versus champion exhibition makes you not want to have either champion look bad. These are your two main champions on each respective brand. Why would you want either one of them to take a hit in any way? Especially AJ Styles just getting that title back around his waist. You don't want him to look foolish. You don't want him to look like a loser. You want him to look like the World Heavyweight Champion. You want him to be better than Jinder Mahal. If you were just going to job out AJ Styles to Brock Lesnar, then you should have just left Jinder Mahal as the champion until this was over, and then continue on from there. But AJ Styles, in this matchup, should not win, but he definitely should not lose. And for the one time on this card, this match should be given a specific time limit, and AJ Styles must survive. He doesn't have to win, but he must survive. And I thought this immediately as it was announced, and Paul Heyman said in his promo that AJ Styles will not survive a trip to Suplex City. He will not survive a one-on-one encounter with the Beast Brock Lesnar. And I am here to tell you that yes, he definitely will. He may not be able to beat Brock Lesnar right now, but in this first ever one-on-one between the two, it should go the full time limit. The whole time AJ Styles coming from behind, trying to pull off offense, Brock Lesnar staying on top of him, suplexing him all over the place, being the dominant Universal Champion, but he just can't get Styles to stay pinned. He lock in a Kimura lock and Styles just won't tap out, constantly finding a way out, using his speed to his advantage, keeping the Beast off his feet, keeping him off balance, getting him crazy, wearing him out, throwing him for a loop by making him rely on his endurance. That's what this match is. This match is not Brock Lesnar going in there, throwing AJ Styles around because he's a little guy and getting a win in 5-6 minutes. That is not what I want to see. That will be the absolutely worst thing you can do. I also don't want to see AJ Styles going over on Brock Lesnar because that makes no sense right now. AJ Styles needs to be tested against the Beast, and he goes 20-25 minutes without getting pinned. That's a feather in his cap. And that's a lesson for next time. And now the next time he'll get even closer to beating Brock Lesnar. Maybe this time he's on Raw and is challenging for the Universal Championship. That is how this match needs to go down. Anything other than that will be considered a failure to me, even if it ends up being awesome. And we will be back here to talk about it Sunday night after the show. Survivor Series coming to us from Houston, Texas. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm happy to be excited about a WWE show. It's been quite some time since we've been looking forward to a show the way we're looking forward to this one. And I'm happy that it's Survivor Series. I'm happy they made these changes, and they made all of us like happy little boys and girls going to Thanksgiving full of turkey and stuffing and all kinds of crap. And we'll be able to talk about how great AJ Styles was and how great Survivor Series was, because it has the potential to be an absolutely great fucking show. And I hope that turns out to be the case. Thank you guys for joining me for this Survivor Series preview and prediction show. Don't forget to check out everything else all week long. We got more stuff coming for you this weekend too. We're going to do NXT TakeOver War Games preview and predictions and review and results. Don't forget to keep your eyes open for all that stuff. Plus, the regular weekend update. As soon as some news drops, we will let you know, because right now it is all about Survivor Series and the War Games. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is Blue, the Snowball Microphone, the world heavyweight champion of all the microphones in all the world, reminding you to not forget to check out Clutch Chairs down in the description below. Smash that thumbs up if you enjoyed today's broadcast. And if you are not a member of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show family, the Sledgehammer Club, all you got to do, very easy, click that subscribe button, ring the notification bell right next to it, and you will be fast on your way to some of the best and newest wrestling content here on YouTube. Thank you so much. That is going to do it, and we are out of here. And we will see you next time right here on the newest, fastest wrestling podcast in all of YouTube, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, right here on Sledgehammer TV, only on YouTube.com. Thank you, guys, and we will see you all weekend long. Survivor Series weekend kicking off right now.